Hello everyone! I will present to you a narrated PowerPoint presentation about understanding cooperative learning structures. This module focuses on cooperative learning structure. Without the cooperation of its members, society cannot survive, and the society of man has survived because the cooperativeness of its members made survival possible. At the end of the discussion, you are expected to: letter A, identify different cooperative learning strategies used in mathematics teaching and learning. Letter B, construct instructions for a selected appropriate mathematics teaching. Letter C, demonstrate how these CLS are utilized in teaching mathematics. Letter D, identify various classroom management routines to be used during CLS. Letter E, select appropriate classroom management routines and materials to be used during CLS. And last, develop materials to be used during CLS. But before we proceed to our main topic, I will present to you a mathematics strategies. First, manipulation tools. Second, repetition. Third, pair work. Fourth, time testing. Fifth, math games. Repetition. According to Professor W. Stephen Wilson from Johns Hopkins University, the core concept of basic math must be mastered before students are able to move into a more advanced study. Repetition is a simple tool that makes it easier for students to master the concept without wasting time. Next, we have time testing. Time testing is taking a short test and then grading the test in class will help teachers assess students' understanding. When the test shows that students are answering more questions correctly within time period, teachers are able to determine that students have mastered the basic skills. Next, we have pair work. The pairs are working as a team. The students can discuss the problems and work together to solve the issues. The goal of pair work is to teach students critical thinking skills that are necessary for future math problems in real life. Next, manipulation tools. Manipulation tools make it easier for students to learn and understand the basic skills. These are ideal when students learn best through hands-on experience and building, rather than traditional lessons and repetition. And of course, we have the mathematics game or math games. Math games provide the opportunity to make the lesson interesting and encourage students to remember the concept. Now, our topic is cooperative learning structures. But before we proceed to that, we will define first what is cooperative learning. What is meant by cooperative learning? Cooperative learning is defined as small groups of learners working together as a team to solve a problem, complete a task, or accomplish a common goal. It is according to Ards and Newman, 1990. Another definition of cooperative learning is: it is an instructional strategy where small teams of students, usually 2 to 6 members, work together to maximize their individual and collective learning. Another, we have students within the team cooperate with one another and work through the assignment until each time member successfully understands and completes it. And last, ultimately the shared goals are accomplished individually by each team member and collectively by the group as a whole. These are examples of cooperative learning. Now, we will proceed to the top 10 cooperative learning structures. First, we have numbered heads together. In the group, a numbered heads together is everyone, and in the group, they need to talk and discuss. Next, we have round robin. Student has answered a question independently, like on a worksheet or paper. Next, think, pair, share. This is a great structure if you want students to share or discuss with one other student. Next, number 4, we have time pair share. This is very similar to think pair share, but set a timer for how long the students have to discuss. Next, we have corners. This is a great structure to use for a review or opinion type questions. Next, jigsaw. This is also a great structure to use for a group project or class research. Next, number 7, we have a rally coach. Students will work in partners and one student will be the coach while the other student does the math problem, and then they will switch. Number 8, stand up, hand up, pair up. This is similar to partners but allows the students to get up and find a partner in the room besides their shoulder or face partner. Next, we have round table. This structure can be used for group writing or brainstorming. And last, we have cooperative graffiti. This structure can also be used for brainstorming or review. If we have top 10 cooperative learning structures, we also have 5 elements of cooperative learning structures. First element, we have positive interdependence. Positive interdependence, it is a sense of working together for a common goal. Each member is affected by the action of other group members. Next element, we have individual accountability. Every team member feels in charge of their own and their teammates' learning, and it makes an active contribution to the group. Third element, we have face-to-face interaction. Learners explain, argue, elaborate, and link current material with that they have learned previously. Next, collaborative processing. It is sufficient or interpersonal or social skills involving an explicit teaching of appropriate leadership, communication, trust, and conflict resolution skills so that the team can function effectively. And of course, we have group processing. Team reflection, whereby the team periodically assess what they have learned, how well they are working together, and how they might do better as learning team. We will proceed how CLS utilize in teaching. Properly designing and implementing cooperative learning involves 5 key steps. We have pre-instructional planning, introduce the activity to students, monitor and intervene, assessment, and process. Now, we will proceed to classroom management routines and materials used in CLS. Classroom management routine. First, we have develop a culture of listening and provide clear directions. Number 2, be an effective leader and teacher during the activity. Number 3, teach the skills necessary for groups to function effectively. Number 4, respond effectively to behavioral problems when they arise. These are the do's and don'ts in cooperative learning structures. Do's: set clear goals and expectations. Keep groups as small as possible. Train how to take part in the discussion. Now we have the don'ts in CLS. Don't carry on with a collaborative learning task if it is not working. Another don'ts: don't base to the team score. Now, the materials used in CLS. Teachers usually provide verbal information along with the worksheets, outlines, and study guides during a cooperative learning. Teachers can reach out to librarians and media specialists for assistance in choosing exciting and appropriate materials to implement into the cooperative learning. So these are the possible materials used in CLS: whiteboard, marker, coloring materials, pen and paper, bond paper, chalk and board, tables and chairs, pictures, and etc. These are the essentials of effective cooperative learning structures. First, we have participation, next, trust, and last, we have communication. The benefit of cooperative learning structure in teaching mathematics is to provide students with disabilities who have math disabilities, social interaction difficulties, and instructional arrangement to foster the application practice of mathematics and collaborate skills within a natural setting. Before I end this narrated PowerPoint presentation, Franklin D. Roosevelt said that competition has been shown to be useful up to certain point and no further, but cooperation, which is the thing we must strive for today, begins where competition leaves off. That would be all, and thank you.